welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time, we did another movie, Invaders last time, and yeah, that was an interesting one to go through. Took quite a while though, considering, you know, took us quite a while though, because again, we had 4 pretty big movies to go through, so yeah. This time, yeah, drawing out these looking pretty nice. No people to recruit because I needed to, or invite, should be saying, or recommend. Because, yeah, we want it to be Thursday today for this part, so yeah. But again, I'm only using these once a week anyway, so yeah. Anyway, that's a good thing considering that, yeah, now the price is starting to jack up by quite a bit, so yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we did rank up some things, like your Genesis ring, because yeah, we got that attack level 24. 24 attack EVs is quite a lot, so yeah. And you'll also get some speed hit too. I think I'll give it to Lisa as well. At some point, yeah, I probably need to give a little bit to Antonia as well, so yeah. I think for right now we'll do it like this, so yeah. Anyway. And we can also get a little bit extra attack as well, so yeah. And yeah, I guess I'll give it to Antonia. So yeah, not too bad. Quite a lot we could do with the ring here. Again, that's kind of why, again, I'm kind of making it a once a week thing. It also means we don't blue for him, right? Anyway, we have another ring now too, which gives us 16 special attack. I'll also give this to Ronan as well. Yes, yeah, I do want him to be pretty good with Surf as well. See, a lot of shops are now starting to upgrade, which is really nice. Same goes to the Black 2 playthrough as well, so yeah. And yeah, we got more speed and more attack. So yeah, once again, yeah, let's just give this to Lacey. How crazy is that? Yeah, we haven't actually, you know, capped out, but again, you need quite a lot to do that, so yeah. Yeah, I'm saying like 100,000 on this, so yeah. I don't think I will be able to buy all this every week, but I guess we'll see. And then yeah, extra attack, I'll give it to Antonio. Hey, that does get us close to using those star reduction berries, I guess, so yeah. Anyway. Let's go to the gallery now. See what we can find here. Another red shard. It would be really nice if we had a way to make a lot of money now, wouldn't it? But anyway. A heart skill, that's good. Another heart skill, that's excellent actually. And then yeah. Dirty stone once again. There's a lot of cool things you can get in that place, which we'll see later. This hasn't improved, it looks like, but yeah. I mean, we could start thinking about those one day, especially with, you know, all the train that's been going on. You get the raffle here, giving us a berry juice. And then, yeah, once the shop got for us. You got special attack set now, as well as speed set, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'll buy the Ether again. It's not bad to have that around, even though leopard berries are probably better. I think I'll buy a bit more honey. And then how we're doing on fresh water. We have over 100 there, and we have over 100 there, thanks to Books last year, so yeah. I think I need to be a bit more careful with my money. Besides saying that, though, I'm probably going to buy all this, though. So I got the Haban berry, the leopard berry, the lumberry, citrus berry. I think I'll skip out on the spare berry. Considering that, yeah, you can stuff on these quite quickly. Yeah, you could probably think about using like a lumberry in your Pokemon, just like that. So yeah, and then Delhi doesn't really look like it's improved that much. So yeah, that's something to work on later. Alright, so you blew through like all our money, but hey, that's what it is. So yeah, we could go to the big stream and small club, but I think actually what I want to do is I want to go to Undella Bay first. Yeah, last time we were exploring, we went through Route 14. This time I kind of want to go check out Undella Town some more. I probably should have actually changed the season, but that's okay. Again, we'll probably see it in summer at some point anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, we'll go get the pearl. Yeah, like I said, it's Thursday, there's a daily event. Actually, I don't know if it's daily or not. I know it happens on Thursday, so yeah, that's why we're gonna go check it out. So there was a couple of things I did do. I did catch a Litwick with Memento, so that's good. And yeah, I think I only caught 2 of them. I think one had Flame Body, yeah, one had Flash Fire. I showed the Flame Body one on screen, so yeah. Anyway, how about... Oh, well, there it is. So good to see that, yeah, it's good to see that, yeah, during the day work. Let's talk about this first before I, go on. So I think for this we want Lacey, who's also very close to level up. I see that, so yeah, they never could have leveled up while I was trying to catch a Litwick, so yeah. So let's go try getting this. So here's a Jellicent. It's level 40. I would normally get the Musa here, but yeah, I didn't really pick to do that, I guess. We'll try to catch it anyway. So yeah, the thing about this Jellicent is that it has its hidden ability, Damp, which in single bands is completely useless, because what Damp does is it stops the opponent from using Self-Destruct and Explosion, which it's immune to, so it's actually a negative, because yeah, instead of the opponent wasting their Pokemon completely by them blowing up, instead they just waste that turn instead, so yeah. That doesn't sound very good. I assume the idea is that, yeah, you could use it in a double battle to prevent your opponent from using Self-Destruct Explosion. But again, it's like, are they really going to use that when you have a Jellicent on the field? I don't think so, right? It seems like a not very good idea, and also, yeah, Self-Destruct is so nerfed in this game when compared to Gen 4, because, yeah, they no longer half your defense, so, yeah. This just kind of seems like a really terrible ability, so, yeah. To be honest, because Water Absorb makes it so I can fight off other Water-type Pokemon. And then, yeah, actually, can do a bit. From Water Absorb means it fights off other Water-type Pokemon, Curse Body can be situationally useful, so, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really get it, to be honest, so yeah, but hey, it's ability, I guess. It would have been cool if it got, like, Storm Drain or something like that, but it's okay. Anyway, its body is supposed to seawater. It says there's a castle ship's just have sunk on the seafloor. Yeah, Mesocan is very violent, let's just say, so yeah. I think I'm gonna go back and heal. Despite the kind of key approach, same goes for Flourish, I think, as well. And yeah, I think because of Drawn Enemy 2, we should be getting some more medals. Wonder Rider. Regular Customer. UFO Movie Master. And there we go. Good stuff. Even if we get to 50, I think, we'll see how it goes, so yeah. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. If you want if you want a Jellicent, yeah, definitely don't catch this one. Your best bet is either just, trying to catch a Foolish normally, or, trying to go for those Rippling Waters. Is again, there's not a bad chance to find a Jellicent. It's just like, yeah, I'll probably find Almalo a lot doing that, which is a bit annoying, so yeah. Anyway, let's go explore Undella Bay now. But I think, yeah, instead of actually talking about the Pokemon, I'll do that a little bit later when we're doing the big Stevens Forecourt. Instead, what I would like to do is kind of talk about something that happened in my week. So yeah, and yeah, I probably should have Repels up. Actually, not necessarily. Because, yeah, also, yeah, this could actually be a pretty good time to add a Flourish to your team, considering that, yeah, oh yeah, I didn't even heal. Not a bad time to add a Flourish, considering that I actually properly leveled up. But, again, with how the, Rubber XP goes, you're probably fine catching Driftveil. Anyway, I'm gonna waste my time and just do that, so yeah. It is what it is. But anyway, let's go fight some trainers. Seeing a Pokemon use its best moves against another Pokemon is really an adventure. So again, I want to talk about a little something interesting. So yeah, basically I learned how people negotiate with each other and persuade each other, and that actually got me thinking. you know, about myself and how I talk about games and stuff, so yeah, why not? So I think the thing about me is that I feel like a lot of people consider my, you know, opinions and stuff very indecisive or weak. Because again, I think the thing about myself is I don't really like to be overly negative, right? Unless there's like a good reason to. The adventure's over already. So yeah, again, that's why, again, I don't really like doing that. But anyway, over here we got something kind of weird. If you want faster, you have to defeat me and my rock roller, and my stays rock. But my rock roller only battles strongers. That is my and my rock roller's policy. It stays rock, so we can't battle him yet. One thing we could try doing though is using good old sweets in here, because there is a Pokemon I would like to catch here. I guess another use of the honey is selling it to the maniac. We might make a profit doing that, so yeah. So I'm trying to find my honey. Because again, I think the encounter we're looking for is decently common, so yeah, and here it is. This should activate Sweet Scent, which will make a lot of Pokemon appear. Which is nice because it's kind of annoying considering, you know, how this place is laid out. So anyway, well, I'm trying to find a certain Pokemon here. Let's talk. So yeah, about this. So again, I mean, that's definitely one problem myself when it comes to, you know, express my opinions. Again, maybe I'm a bit too positive when it comes to that. So then, yeah, again, it does take us that my opinions could come off as, you know, a bit indecisive weak, like I was saying. Yes, again, yeah, it's like, again, like I was kind of saying there, yeah, again, it's just like, yeah, I don't really like to challenge other people's arguments either, unless there's a very good reason to as well. Again, I have done that in the past, it's just that, again, it's like, I'm not very good at it, I think, as well. Like, yeah, I do have my own opinions, but I feel like it's just because, you know, I hear it from someone who I find that information very credible, or, you know, it's like Brother 2, who's also in a similar boat to that regard, so yeah. And his information's mostly pretty credible too, so yeah. But yeah, generally speaking though, yeah, again, I don't like to challenge other people's opinions. I want to try and, you know, I don't want to say that outright wrong, because again, I know that, you know, it's just that, yeah, again, it's just not something I like doing, again. Is what I'm trying to get at, so yeah. Like, I like to listen to what other people have to say and how they think as well, so yeah. But yeah, it's interesting because, yeah, a lot of the people I do talk to, yeah, they do like to challenge my own opinions, which I find kind of interesting. My brother and one of my friends do, so yeah. And one of my friends is a lot more chill with my, my friends too is also very chill when it comes to my, opinions too, but anyway. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. We caught a seal. So we want the seal because we want to get to level 40, weirdly enough, so yeah. The colder it gets, the better it feels. It joyfully swims around oceans so cold that they are filled with glowing ice. And yeah, this actually might not be a bad Pokemon to take to the big stage Swallow then. I might actually do that. You know, again, I could actually get some pretty... I could still get some decent experience out of them, it's just that, yeah, again, I don't know. I think it's not a bad idea to do that. I am going to change my clock back, but again, I think I'm going to keep it to, you know... I'm going to keep it so that, yeah, we are, what I'm trying to say? I want to keep it so that, yeah, we're still doing, you know, Big Stone Swallow basically once a day for me, so yeah. You know, again, it kind of depends on, you know, how much I record. Normally I record 3 videos a day, but I mean, today's going to be 2. You have to move dive, you can dive and sink. Hey, this guy's actually can't talk about that. I'm not going to talk about the Pokemon in the Seaside Cave yet, even though I technically could, but yeah. I'll mention what they are, and I'll go into more detail about them later. Actually, yeah, the only Pokemon is Seal, so you know what, maybe I will actually talk about it, because the other Pokemon are in the basement, so, which we obviously don't have access to, so yeah. So, and I guess I'll add that to a Pokemon we'll talk about today, so yeah. But again, I want to do the topic first. Blah blah blah, I'm sick. I think, yeah, once we're done with Undella Bay, that's when I'm gonna go to the big thing small. But yeah, you see that in Undella Bay, you can go diving, but yeah, we can't really do that. We need a HM route to do that, or do we? But anyway, there is actually a Pokemon I wouldn't mind catching here, but it might be a bit easier off screen. A Mantike would be nice for something later, although it's not going to be for a while, so you know what, yeah, let's not worry about it. But yeah, I will say this, yeah, think about catching a Mantike, or if there's rippling water, try catching a Mantine. And yeah, that's a good segue. Let's talk about Mantine now. So Mantike, you catch on this route normally, but only in non-winter months. I think the same goes for Mantine in the rippling water, so yeah. Alright, let's bow you. And yeah, why not? I guess I'll keep using John Tracy. And yeah, look at you. Time for an aquatic battle in the sea under Undella Town. Alright, so yeah, let's talk about Mantine a little bit. So Mantike, there isn't really a reason to keep it as a Mantike. It doesn't get any moves that Mantine doesn't already get, so yeah. So then, yeah, I think the idea then is that, yeah, you just evolve it. And to that, I should mention, Mantike evolves with a Remoraid from the party, so yeah, you need to catch both. So I guess that's something I'll do as well. Is again, I wouldn't mind getting a Mantine, so yeah. Anyway, Mantine is a Pokemon, yeah, it's a very good special wall with 140 special defense. Backed up with 4 Flying type and 65 HP and semi-defense, so it's not bad as a defensive Pokemon. And then, yeah, it also has 80 special attack, which is not bad. Again, it's just... I'm gonna just float on by. It's similar to Skarmory, but it's a bit more passive because while Skarmory gets setup moves, Mantine doesn't really. The main one is... the main setup move is probably Rain Dance because... it has Swiss on its one's abilities. The other abilities obviously want to go for good old Water Absorb, so yeah. That's definitely what I would go with, so yeah. Anyway, I'll just wait for this guy. So again, yeah, you got that good special defense. Let's talk about the moves and what you could do. So it did get a bit of a buff in this game, because now it has Air Slash, so it actually has flying stuff now, which is cool. I've been challenged with Pokemon's all across the world, so you can only see stuff with Surf and maybe Ice Beam as well. But after that, there's too much you could do. Again, you could stop the rain to go for Swift Swim, you could go for something like Toxic, stuff like that, so yeah. Outside of that, it doesn't do too much, because again, it does a lot of physical moves like Earthquake for example, but it can't really use it very well, so... Thanks to, you know, no physical duck, say that's a thing. You can also use Hydro Pump later, it does lend that build up, which is nice, so yeah. And that is definitely a strong move. And yeah, the move tutors, again, it's more of the same with its coverage. A lot of physical moves that it doesn't really like using. I could defeat them all, but I learned a lot at the gyms it became strong. I mean, the main move here is probably Sickle Beam. Again, it gets a lot of weird moves like Iron Head and Gonk Shot for some reason, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, Mantine, yeah, it's an alright Pokemon, but yeah, unlike its physical defensive counterpart Skarmory, again, I don't think it's as good, even though, again, Water Flying is definitely not a bad type, it's just that the times for Electric Weakness is a bit annoying, and you want to, you know, tank special hits, but yeah. But again, I feel like it's definitely not bad at using, you know, Water and Flying type moves, but again, I feel like you could do a little bit better offensively, especially if you just want to use it as like a tank, so yeah. But again, it's not too slow. I guess you should check this. It's not too slow, and yeah, again, that special defense is very good, so yeah. And yeah, here's Adjustment, although it's only level 25, so yeah. And you could definitely use Repel Trick to try and catch some decently high level Pokemon here, so yeah. That's a thing. But anyway, so yeah, I think that's mainly everything I want to talk about with Mantine. Again, it's definitely interesting. I do like the fact that, yeah, they did buff it, sort of. If you count it as a buff, giving it that nice Air Slash is definitely not bad. Because again, that's a pretty solid move. So yeah, I guess we'll keep using John Tracy here. And we'll fight you. I'll show out the seed to my beloved Pokemon. So with that done, let's talk about the Pokemon that appears in the winter, Spheal. So Spheal, it's a ice water type, which is not bad for what's coming up. We do have a dragon type gym coming up, so you know, having that around is definitely not a bad thing, isn't it? So yeah, we'll go for the Volt Switcher. So Spheal, it does take a while to evolve, but luckily though, we are definitely in the level range to get a Walrein. even with my body, so yeah. I mean, I am a little bit over leveled, I guess, so yeah. Then level 48. I guess we're going to Lisi. But yeah, Warren's 44, Celia is 32. I think Celia can also be appearing in the Rippling water if you want to do that instead, so yeah. As Starmie comes out, let's go for that quick. Let's see how much damage you can do to it. Second, yeah, Ice Water type for abilities. It has Thick Bat as one of its abilities, remember correctly. Wow, how powerful. Let me get that nice Amulet coin. I did actually beat the subway boss again. I think I could have beaten the third time, but the fight before then, I got seriously unlucky and lost, which really sucked, but that's okay. That stuff just happens. Anyway. Let's get Drum Tracy back now. Drum Tracy is the reason I'm thinking about because, yeah, they're close to getting a good electric type move now, so yeah. Then you think about Ice Body. Ice Body could be very good, it's just that, yeah, you need Hail. You spend a Life Swing, of course you Bow Wall something too. If it is in, you know, permanent Hail thanks to a Bonus node, then yeah, it's really good. It's just that, yeah, we don't obviously have access to that Pokemon, so yeah. So unfortunately we can't really have some fun doing that, but that's okay. Big Bad's obviously the main ability here. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about Wolverine's stats. It's a very well-rounded Pokemon, a bit on the slow side though. 65 speed, but yeah, it has a good 95 special attack, 90 defenses, 110 HP, and even a solid 80 attack, so it can use some physical moves. I lost, but it's still cool because not many people say they Bow Wall Swing. Alright, done. So yeah, let me just check. So is there anything else to do here? Doesn't really look like it, so yeah. Looks like we're done with Undella Bay for now, so you know what, yeah, let's go to the big sim small court now. And let's finish talking about the Pokemon mystery, and yeah, we'll see if this is a Mantine again. If it is, great, if not, that's okay. Because again, I wouldn't mind just, you know, getting the Mantyke and then, you know, leveling it up, so yeah. Another thing, you could go catch a Remoraid as well, but that's okay. I guess you will give me a level up, so yeah. Possibly. So yeah, again, Warning has pretty balanced stats. It's just that, yeah, again, the low speed could be a bit of an issue because, again, you could get outsped and the ice type weaknesses could get exploited. Again, it is like weak to Flying, for example, and weak to Rock, alongside, you know, Electric and Grass, like a normal War type, so yeah. So you need to be a bit careful. Anyway, in terms of moves, it's actually pretty decent. You can even remember Crunch. Encore could be good, depending. And yeah, outside of that, it's a lot Ice type moves. It doesn't actually have Water type moves for level up, interesting enough. You can expect Ice Fang, Blizzard, and Sheer Cold. It would have been really cool if it got Ice Beam Villa, but unfortunately no. It's not like as bad as other games, where either it's like a grind or like basically boss like that. The good thing is that, yeah, you can get the good thing is that, yeah, Ice Beam is in the main story. It's just that, yeah, it doesn't come before the Giant Type Gym, so you mainly could be using Blizzard. Its coverage isn't bad though. It does get Earthquake, it does get Bulldoze, and it even gets Rock Slide, so yeah. So you can have some fun with that. It's just that, again, it's just that, yeah, again, it's definitely solid. I think, yeah, there's definitely an argument that this Pokemon could put in a lot of work. I think, again, the stats are not bad, and yeah, it's, the stats aren't bad, and yeah, again, it's, you know, War Ice is definitely one of the better types to be combined with, you know, it's definitely one of the better types to be combined with when it comes to, you know, Ice, because again, Ice has really bad, you know, defensive properties. Again, I'm not really sure how it would do, because again, I'm worried that, you know, again, I know I've used it in Gen 3, and in that game it's solid, but again, I'm not so sure about this game, because again, the power creep is obviously, you know, increased by quite a bit, so yeah. But again, I don't even have the tools up there for it to be a solid War type Pokemon, so yeah. I think I was even considering it for the Black 2 playthrough, but I decided to go with Vaporeon instead, so yeah. As I thought that Vaporeon would be, you know, more effective, so yeah. Anyway, let's obviously go to the big Sense Vocal. I guess we don't need Repel for the time being, so yeah. Again, I think, again, I'm being a bit indecisive here, but again, I think, yeah, it could be interesting. But again, if you want something that's probably a bit more defensive robust, a bit more offensive, there's probably better options. I think it's just kind of, you know, a jack of all trades, I guess you could say, aside the low speed. So yeah. I mean, that's a good way of, you know, describing it. But anyway, now we talked about that, let's talk about Remoraid. So yeah, Remoraid is another weird war-type Pokemon, a bit more better offensively, but at the cost of speed. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. I'll go for the microphone here. Let's try to find it. So yeah, Remoraid. So yeah, Remoraid of course evolves into Octillery. That's only at level 25, so you'll have an Octillery at this point, no problem. So this Pokemon, yeah, I used it before in a playthrough, Platinum I'm pretty sure. The thing about this sucker is, yeah, the coverage. It has a lot of different moves, including some very good moves via level up. Like, yeah, getting him Gunk Shot and Rock Blast to start with, so yeah, that's pretty insane. Elan's Ice Beam via level up, he gets a Sector Tribute 2, that's not very good, in off Bazooka. You know, Signal Beam and Hydro Pump as well, so yeah. I got a lot of interesting moves right there, so yeah. And yeah, TM-wise is also really good, getting Fire-type moves too, like Flamethrower and Fire Blast, and gets Charge and Energy Balls, so yeah. You're definitely not, you're definitely sport for choice when it comes to good moves, that's a thing sure, so yeah. It's actually good about you sealing the double battles, because again, the other Pokemon should be able to cover for him, so yeah. I say should, because if it's the tennis, then yeah, he'll probably get double targeted and destroyed, so yeah. So I probably don't want to do that. This battle, I think it can definitely be used, so yeah, I'll get these are the XPs, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'll just, you know, go for the Aquachat, and we'll go for the Brine, I guess. I mean, I'll go for Brine. On the because I don't think it matters if I do, but anyway. So again, yeah, Octillery, amazing move pool, that's the thing, sure. It's just that, again, the stats kind of let it down. It does get Bounce as a Mewtwo move, and Seed Bomb. I used Seed Bomb before, actually, to counter a Water-type Pokemon, so that's fun. But again, yeah. Again, I think it's the stats that kind of let it down. It only has 45 speed, though, so yeah. Even though it's a Judo Pokemon, it definitely feels like a, it feels like, you know, the Hoenn special, I guess you could say once again, so yeah. I mean, I could have done with the CO2 is Jordan Avenue, actually, now I think about it, so yeah. I do need to confirm what level it is. I'm pretty sure it's level 40, but again, that's a lot of money, so I don't know if I want to do that, so yeah. Now we just do this. Again, I don't mind getting less seats out this, because again, you are getting a decent amount from, you know, trains and stuff, so yeah, I'm not too fussed, I guess you could say, but anyway. And again, they still need to kind of level up too, is another thing too, so yeah. I'm pretty sure next gym battle will help with that, so yeah. But anyway, let's go for the good old surf here. So again, yeah, Sabato I was talking about, so again, yeah, Octillery only has 45 speed and 75 bolt, but it does have good 105 offenses, so yeah. That's the thing, yeah. If it can hit something, it hits them pretty hard, to be honest, because again, it has good coverage and, you know, very good attacking stats. The problem is, of course, the very low speed is the problem, and there isn't really much you can do about that outside, you know, team support, so yeah. Well, you know, you can also use Thunder Wave on it too, I guess, so yeah. That's obviously an option too, but anyway. Again, it's definitely an interesting option for a Water-type Pokemon. It's definitely very unique, and I think, yeah, that's kind of what makes it stand out. Again, not much of a Water-type Pokemon could do what Octillery does with its amazing coverage, so yeah, I think that's the reason to use it. Outside of that though, if you want something bulky though, this is definitely not what to go for. It's definitely a bit more of an offensive Water-type, that's for sure, so yeah. Anyway. Now we've done that, let's talk about Wailmer. So yeah, Wailmer is only in the Rippling Water, so keep that in mind. So it's a bit more of a rare encounter as a result. So again, Wailmer, yeah, this is another kind of mediocre Water-type Pokemon. And yeah, we do get a level up, but we don't want to evolve though. We want to keep it as a seal, so yeah. So there's another... This is definitely the most times I've stopped the Pokemon from evolving in a playthrough, so yeah. Anyway, we got a Super Potion. Yeah, and this does seem like it'll take a while, but again, we can use Pokemon Breeders as well. And I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do later. So yeah, but for the time being, yeah, we can definitely use for the time being though, we can definitely make use of the big thing with Small Court, like we did with Leap Up a little bit ago, so yeah. And yeah, it's actually possible today. So again, maybe the seal won't go down immediately to a I mean yeah, if I'm gonna do that, then yeah, I probably should use Lacey then. Get that ammo point going as well, so yeah. Here's again, the idea is we use Rock Slide and then hopefully Seal survives, so yeah. Maywelma again, level 40 evolution, so again, at this point you should be able to get it. Wailmer is just kind of mediocre though, even though it does actually learn some decent moves. Because again, it's mainly because of the stats. It has 170 HP, which sounds like a lot, which it is, but only 45 defenses, so its tanking ability is not amazing, is the problem, so yeah. And we missed one of them, which is great. But Seal is higher level than them, so it shouldn't go down like that, is the hope. And yeah, it does actually get a lot. But yeah, can it take the Bug Bite? Yeah, it can, actually, pretty easily, so yeah. So I'll just go for Iron Head and be done with it, so yeah. So that's not too bad. Anyway, so yeah. It does have 90 offenses and 60 speed, but again, it's a bit slow. And again, you could say there's another Hone special Pokemon with, you know, those stats, but hey. It's okay, it does lack bulk, and yeah, it's all offense and HP, so yeah. That's just kind of how it goes, but anyway. So we'll go back to this. Let's keep it up. So yeah. I play occasionally. I want to become a better player. So I'll play a lot of Pokemon too. I don't know why I'm pretty dark, but that's okay. So yeah, I think the thing that makes this Pokemon stand out is the move pool because yeah, it learns a lot of interesting moves to level up. And TM. I think the main one is Water Spout because again, that's very strong if you're at full HP. It's 150 power. Too bad again, it's a bit difficult to use because you need to constantly outspeed your opponent. But yeah, if you're able to get the water starts off, it's actually pretty good at dealing damage as a water type attacker, so yeah. But again, can you facilitate that though? Normally, if you're doing it on your own, you need a choice spell, so yeah, just keep that in mind. That's kind of the lengths you have to go to make this thing, that's the lengths you have to go to make this thing outspeed naturally, so yeah, keep that in mind. But anyway, outside that, though, not too much for a level up. Just all of, you know, basic water type moves, but it does get like Hydro Pump and Heavy Slam as well, so that's interesting. And yeah, it actually learns Dive, although, there's a better Pokemon at doing that, let's just say, so yeah. And yeah, I'll keep using Ronin here. Yontra, are you getting enough exercise? I hope so, but anyway. Outside of that though, the TM's not bad though. Again, Ice Beam, Earthquake is there, so that's not too bad. Outside of that, not too much. And you're gonna be using Bulldoze instead of Earthquake until both games, so yeah. And out of that, it just gets a lot of Water types level there again. A lot of these Water types do get Scald, which is an amazing move. It's definitely better than Surf overall. There's just like, yeah, Surf is very convenient is the problem, so yeah. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. But anyway. And yeah, the Mirror Tutors don't really give it anything good, I must admit, so yeah. So again, yeah, is it another water type you could use? It'll probably do okay, but again, I don't know. I don't think it stands out as much as a water type attacker, essentially because again, it's a bit slow as well, and it's not the best hit taker, and again, its main strategy is a bit unorthodox, so yeah. It does seem like an interesting Pokemon, it's just that again, yeah, I don't know if I want to use it though. It does seem a bit awkward to use as a result, so yeah. Anyway, we'll do that. I think for this part, I actually kind of want to use Antonia, so you know, why not, let's do it. I think I'm level up Ronin in Route 13. Hey trainer, check out my launch shot, alright, I'll do that. And you're getting to put Seal away in a little bit, because again, like I said, I'm probably just going to use the Big Suit and Small Court, level them up. He is getting a decent amount, or she is getting a decent amount of EXP, so I'm definitely happy with that. might not even need to use the upcoming Pokemon breeder on one of the future routes. So that's nice, babe. This is one reason I'm air release, I guess you could say. Even though X's would also done the job. That's okay. Yeah, if I use Rowan, I would have had to rely on Mega Horn. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just go for Antonia, who's a little bit more reliable in that regard. So yeah. And Antonia did just get a lot of attack EVs, so yeah, that definitely seemed quite free now. So there we go. It is a battles again. Technically, I could have changed the day back to, the actual day it is today. But again, I don't really feel like doing that, so yeah. So I'm probably not going to. I also realized too that, yeah, if I want to catch a Mantike soon, I have to do it soon because, yeah, it's going to change into winter soon. But hey, I got some days to wait, so yeah. And we'll put Seal away. We're actually about to talk about it, so yeah. Then Wailord again. Definitely a very weird Pokemon, very funny Pokemon, considering, its size and how bad Game Freak is at implementing it, but hey. So I'll take the EXP shot for now. I'll definitely put it back on though. So yeah. And yeah, you can go here. And you can get, let's see, Braviary back. Alright. So yeah. Yeah, again, I don't really have much to say. Again, it's just a very weird, unorthodox support type option. That's a dang sure. And again, I think the other war types we talked about are a bit better, so yeah. I do wonder what my favorite war type option is outside of, just using Samurott, because again, I mainly use Samurott actually, so yeah. And yeah, Vaporeon's good, Jellicent's very good too, so yeah. I think those are some of the main shoutouts, I think, so yeah. And we have one more Pokemon to talk about. In Seaside Cave at the moment, the only new Pokemon you can get is Seal, as you saw. So yeah, first off, why am I giving EXP to a Seal? Let's talk about that first, because it's definitely the best thing that this Pokemon does. I'll make sure that I'm healed up too. So yeah, the best thing that Seal could do for you is that it learns the move Dive at level 41. So it's not level 40, that's good to know. And yeah, that's a little bit earlier than Wailmer and Wailord, and it's a lot more common with Akana. So yeah. Now yeah, imagine... And again, that allows us to go to the Abyssal Ruins a lot earlier, which is very nice, as you're gonna find out in a future part. So yeah. And again, like I said, we'll work towards this thanks to yeah, the Big Seven Soul Club. Anyway, I heard the longest road in Universe. I heard it's Route 13. I want to clear my path by having Pokemon use HM or hidden moves. Luckily though, Braviary is up for the count, so yeah. So I think we'll start on Route 13 a little bit, and then yeah, we'll continue next time, talk about some of the new encounters too. This is my path. Alright, so yeah, now that we talked about that, let's go and talk about its evolution, Dugong. So Dugong is another water ice type Pokemon, but yeah, it suffers in the stat department. Only 70 attacking stats, AHP, 95, special defense, 70 HP, and 90 HP. So yeah, when you look at the stats, yeah, it's very similar to Walrein in terms of stats, but it's just kind of weaker in most aspects, which is not a good sign, because outside that, it doesn't really do anything better except an Ice Beam for a level up. So yeah. I do think that, yeah, there is potential for it to do kind of well, because again, Ice Beam is still strong even with, 70 special attack in the next gym. So again, if it's well trained, it could probably do okay, but it's just that again, long term though, I would not recommend it. There's just better Pokemon at using Ice Beam, and there's just, better water ice type Pokemon. So yeah. So again, I think it's just kind of hard to recommend this one, so yeah. And these are basically practically the same, so that's kind of funny. It's a big EXP, so yeah. I'll fight you. Hiya, hiya! So again, that's just kind of the deal. Again, the stats aren't great, and outside of, the moves I mentioned, again, it does get some good moves, but some of them are also learned by, its main competition, Walrein, so yeah. Outside, of course, Ice Beam, even then, Ice Beam's level 55, so yeah. You may want to actually wait on the evolution, but if you're doing that, then yeah, again, I think it's just too much effort for a gym where yeah, you probably have better options lying about somewhere. So yeah, I think that's the thing, right? So yeah, yeah, I should be using early stuff. That's okay. Crouch did quite a lot, but that's okay. Oh, it was my turn next. So again, that's just kind of the thing. And again, move-wise, again, it just doesn't really get much, is the problem. At least when compared to Lorraine. Lorraine got Earthquake, and instead, Dugong gets Signal Beam. So yeah, I think that's just kind of how it goes, right? So yeah. And yeah, the Mewtwo's didn't really help it out either, so yeah. Except for Drill Run, but like... that's definitely no Earthquake, so yeah. So yeah, that's just kind of thing. It's a Pokemon that's kind of horribly outclassed, and it learns Ice Beam for level, but like, you don't necessarily need that, and it's a bit inconvenient to get to before the next gym, where it would be very good, so yeah. I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the problem with Dugong. But yeah, it's definitely a very funny Pokemon, that's what I'm sure. Like, yeah, I was getting its name confused with Seal earlier because it's literally Animal Space Storm, which is kind of funny, so yeah. But anyway, that done though, let's end this part now, so yeah. Next time, we're gonna go check out Route 13. We have some more encounters to talk about, and some very interesting ones to talk about too, so yeah. Look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.